I'm gonna come. I'm gonna come. I'm gonna come. I'm gonna come. I'm gonna come.
Should I call you mister? Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
Don't trust China. China is asshole.
You are gay. You are gay.
I'm gonna come. I'm gonna come. I'm gonna come. 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 I'm gonna come. 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 Come.
I didn't come in your burrito.
Hello.
Jesus Christ. That was so obnoxious.
I had something in my throat. Scott, stop. We're doing something. This is the one time in the week we do something on the couch. So you got to fucking relax. He listened. He's not happy with that. But what I was saying is we're unlocking premium episodes on the feed on Wednesdays, the day we're recording this. And today's episode that came out, a free preview, parts 1 and 2, Diva Cups. It coincides nicely what's happening in our apartment right now. I have a
Awesome's on her period.
Awesome and I are, but
she got her first period at the age of 12.
Ripe age of 12, post-menopausal cat period. It's gross.
We're just kidding.
Yeah, so www.terribleperson.co. Go there, sign up for the premiums, or also find us on Patreon. It's $2 a month. You get an extra episode, and there's like a shit ton of episodes backed up. But we will continue to put out the older episodes on a Wednesday. Yeah, I got taxes are due on the 16th, right?
I think the 16th to the 17th.
Yeah, it's usually
something like that.
Yeah, it's one of those days. I think I'm going to file an extension.
Really?
Because I'm not sure if I need to pay taxes on podcast stuff. I didn't get any forms, dude.
Well, then why wouldn't you just file them?
Because I don't want to get audited in 7 years and be like, oh, hey, you didn't pay us.
Well, can't you go onto your account for the podcast and
there's
find those forms?
Because I have several different accounts because of the way they make you set it up. I don't know, but I also feel like it's set up under your tax ID number or your social security number, so I should have gotten one.
Yeah.
But I also got an email that was like, your forms are ready.
Then
but
you
I
probably
couldn't
have forms.
But I couldn't find any forms. I like looked and looked and looked. So yeah. Taxes are cool, right guys?
Yeah, no, they're not. They're dumb.
Speaking of dumb things, Nintendo Switch 2 is dropping. Pre-orders were supposed to be today. And because of tariffs.
Yeah, so
they got pushed back.
The Switch comes from Japan, though, right? Not China?
Yeah. As far as I know. Who knows? Maybe they're manufacturing in China.
Maybe. But yeah, I know that the tariff, like the literal trade war with China right now, that's happening.
What? Trade war?
Yeah.
Trade war's been going on for years, according to experts.
Sure.
Experts say it's a trade
China's
war.
like 84% tariffs on all U.S.
I've been reading about China, and this is we're not doing anti-China shit. I'm just telling you what I read. And by 2030, their population is going to take a huge hit. So
China?
we've got 5 or 6 more years of, China maybe being a problem where they could like rise up Arizona, and hello. Rise Up Arizona, the music festival we went to. You don't remember that?
Reggae Rise Up.
Reggae Rise Up. Anyway, because of their birth rates and shit like that and how they were controlling the population back in the day, now it's coming back to hurt them, and they're going to have like a mass.
Because that was like in the 90s.
I have no idea. Honestly, I'm going to be completely transparent with our listeners and you. I don't really know what's going on with tariffs. And I don't really know what's going on with China, and I don't really know what's ever gone on with China. China is just a blind spot in my knowledge bank. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So basically, the U.S. decided to raise tariffs on China, which
right.
I'm sure you've heard. And then originally China came back and they were like, all right, then we're going to do the same, and we're going to raise tariffs 34% for all like U.S.
Oh, wow. But don't all
exports.
other countries do tariffs anyway? Most of them, they have a tax on imported or exported
they do,
goods.
But like, because back in the 90s, they were doing all the offshoring shit to try and cut costs, and that's when like a lot of manufacturing jobs in the United States went away and went overseas to places like China.
Ah, yes.
And China, they don't believe in strict labor laws, and like literally 7-year-olds work in factories over there, but that's fine.
I mean, honestly, I'm for it.
I mean,
I think
as long as it makes shit cheaper, right?
Yeah, I think a 7-year-old having a job is better than a 7-year-old having a smartphone and TikTok, right? Let's get American children working. Get them out of the schools.
Oh my
Let's
God.
abandon the school system. Let's abandon the college system, and let's just be like, listen, if you're old enough to go to school, you're old enough to fucking work, dude. Make your choice, live or die.
Oh my God.
Right?
Sure. I don't even know what to say.
I think we need to relax labor laws a little
They're like,
bit.
if
here
you
in
don't
the
get a
States.
job by the time you're 10 years old,
You're a fucking
we're gonna
deadbeat.
kill you.
Yeah, dude. Dump it out. Pretty gross.
I'm just, why?
Yeah. So just imagine being put in a bag and then just being lowered into water and being like, well, do I just breathe in? You know?
That's awful. I don't like this conversation.
Well,
This is
then,
sad.
let's contribute to the podcast a little bit, Kate. Give me something that's not drowning in a bag.
I was contributing to the
I know,
podcast,
but what-
and you yelled at me for making too much noise with my microphone or something.
No, you weren't talking. You were like, hi, my name's Caitlin. Hi, everyone. It's good to talk to you this week.
Hello.
Kate's learning how microphones work every week.
Shut up, Grant. I know how they work. It's not my fault that these ones are shitty, apparently. And they make a lot of noise.
I can show you the world full of magical splendor.
I don't know, Grant.
Isn't that from your favorite movie?
So we watched Love on the Spectrum.
God
and
damn.
Literally, the last episode, I was like crying for almost the entirety of the episode because there was a song that was sung.
You know they put
It fucking got me.
you know she put that out as a single?
Oh my God.
What's her last name? Abby
Oh, I don't know.
Love.
Yeah, I'm sure if you just put Love on the Spectrum, it'll.
No, they put it out as a single. It's called fuck.
My Boyfriend Forever or something.
Yeah, is that what it's called?
I just remember she said that a bunch of times. in the song.
Boyfriend Forever. Abby. Hell yeah. They put it out. Oh, I'm so ready for this. This is an exclusive. Terrible person. I'm going to turn up.
You're the lion to my lioness, the milk to my Chardonnay.
Aw.
My Prince Charming doesn't bring me flowers. You know I'd rather have gummy bears any day. You see colors as numbers, now I know them all. You learn how my mind works. We start.
So anyway, if you haven't watched Love on the Spectrum, she wrote a song for David, and we're not spoiling anything. It's just a beautiful moment.
We are spoiling a little bit.
I guess so.
Sorry.
But holy shit, man. What a good...
Like, I was not expecting... One, it was pretty good.
Right.
Like, I wasn't expecting it to be that good.
The song?
Yeah.
Yeah, the song was great.
The song was great, and she sounded great, and it was just so sweet.
The only problem with Abby's music that I found is brevity seems to be an issue.
Like, breath? Like
No, brevity. Like, she's not really concise, so all of her songs are like 6 minutes and 40 seconds long.
Oh.
And another thing I like...
I don't know why, but when you said brevity, I was like, does that mean you just hear her breathing?
Yeah, she's just...
I'm dumb.
No, what was I going to say? Love on the Spectrum, though, was so good this season.
So good.
And I said it on the radio the other day, and I think they kind of whittled out the non-stars. There were some people I wish would have had a return. Sabad would have been great.
Yeah, it does make you wonder, though, because they never address, like,
Who's
the people
on?
that don't end up returning for another season. They never address what happened to them or, like, you know, what they're up to. Or if they found love or not. Most of the time, the people that they have on these shows or on, like, a season, they don't end up finding love, and then they just don't come back the next season. Then you just never hear anything about them ever again.
I was a little sad Steven didn't come back. Oh, hello.
Yeah.
Sharon.
I think,
Sharon.
Do you think it just ends up being like too much for them or something?
Well, that's what we were talking about. I think there's a point where they go from being just regular people to all of a sudden they're recognized because it's the #1 show on Netflix. You know, so Steven probably is walking around just having great days. Then all of a sudden everybody wants to take pictures with him.
Now he's like getting recognized.
Give him
and
hugs,
stuff.
and there's also probably that line where, like, when somebody sees Steven on the street and they want a picture with him, he has to think, are they making fun of me, or do they like the show? Do they like me? It's got to be confusing, you know? But our boy James found love. He got a smoke show.
Yeah.
It's hot. Is she British?
Yeah.
Hot British girlfriend.
I was shocked.
Yeah. And I mean, he basically was struggling to find love, and the producers were setting him up with, no offense, some right?
Well, I think that's like was his own doing too, because he kept going on all those speed dating things.
Yeah, he was going to regular speed dating nights.
And it's like
you can't do that.
You're trying to meet a normal lady, and every 30 seconds you're making a noise like.
Do you have any pets?
It's like.
How
what
about,
are you doing? And I'm glad that his brother though told him dude.
Yeah, you gotta,
need to fish in different ponds.
Yeah, different ponds. But when he finally has a meeting with Shelly after they've been talking on the phone for a while and they've kind of hung out a couple times, she comes over on his birthday and he goes, there was something I was meaning to ask you. The other night we were on the phone and I heard a dog barking. Was that your dog? And then there's a pregnant pause.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, it's my neighbor's dog. And he was like, oh, okay.
Okay, good.
This is the best show. Those the whole cast is fucking incredible. The guy who makes that show, Kian,
yeah,
seems like the sweetest boy. Do you think Kian, whatever his name is, do you think he has an autistic person in his life, and maybe that's why he did the show, or do you think he's just cashing that big check?
I think he probably has an autistic person in his life.
You know, the thing we were talking about is it must be awkward because they have, so many people filming the show, sound guys and stuff. I saw behind the scenes footage. Somebody snapped a picture, and it's literally just him with a camera. That's it. Yeah, so it's very, when they go on dates, there's several camera people, but they're way far back. But when it's an intimate thing, it's just the two of them. Yeah. Which is,
nice.
Yeah, it's really cool. So they get a nice personal relationship. Everybody who talks shit about it, who's it's exploiting these people, it's making these people's, whatever special need entertainment. It's not at all. It's just beautiful.
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful.
And Abby's song is proof of that.
Yeah.
So you should go watch it and listen to her sweet, sweet song.
Speaking of beautiful.
Thanks, Dave.
Speaking of beautiful.
That's so nice of
yeah,
you.
my hot-ass wife and I, who's sitting next to me, we went to the Reggae Festival.
Reggae.
Reggae.
Rise up.
Yeah, who did we see? We saw Pepper.
Yeah.
We saw
Hiri
Hiri.
and Iration.
And then we were like, that's enough.
And then we're like, let's bounce.
Thank you. That Hiri set.
Yeah, that was
fucking awesome.
I've never heard of her or them. But is that her name or the band's name?
That's her name.
So
and then she hired a bunch of fucking ringers to be her band. It was nuts.
Yeah, I'd never heard of her, but she was by far the best one.
And they did a whole Zelda intro.
Yeah.
And it had the Navi from Nintendo 64. Hey! Before the drop. Oh, it was so fucking sick. But then at one point they got out, I told you, because you couldn't really see the stage all that well, certain people.
Yeah.
And I go, the sax player just got out a flute. And then he took a flute
and
solo.
You're like, flute solo.
And then flute solos are my favorite thing. I love a flute solo in a funk song. It's so sick. Or any song. But then they went into Big Pimpin' by Jay-Z. God damn.
Yeah, he was playing that.
Yeah, that was so tight. But anyway, I guess a bunch of listeners were also at the reggae festival. And they were snapping pictures of us and sending them to my boss.
Which is weird.
Yeah, why not send a picture to me? If you were at the Reggae Fest and you saw Kate and I eating overpriced noodles, and took a picture of us, send it to me.
Yeah, like I wonder what we were doing in the moments that they were snapping those pics.
Yeah, like, I mean, yeah. We weren't really up to no good though.
No,
so
but I wonder if there was like some really unflattering photos of me in there.
It's just me with my fucking index finger all the way up my nose.
There's
to the,
just me like
yeah,
looking all pissed off.
mean mugging.
That's just my face,
It's
guys.
just your face. But then we were blessed. We were blessed by the nicotine gods at the Reggae Fest.
I was like, so, okay, no. I have to tell
Babe.
you. No.
No, before you go into this, Ja rewarded us.
He did.
Ja looked down upon us very finely. Gave us that sweet nicotine. Ja.
Okay, so anyways, Grant, like we, so at the place that the festival was at, it's like an outdoors, and it's at just like a regular ass park. So they have to bring in like a bunch of like vendors and like all the like the food, the bathrooms, everything for all these festivals that they have there. And so like every time you go, it's like slightly different because every concert, I guess, works with probably different vendors a little bit.
Yeah, or they have like different ideas for layouts. So, we could put 2 stages here and a 3rd stage here, or 2 stages. If we're only doing 2 stages, we'll do it this way.
Right. If there's 3, we'll set. Yeah. So, there were like 2 fucking like trailers, like full on, like you walk inside, it's like an air conditioned like little modular building.
It was
they're both
they were about the size of what we stayed in wherever Williams.
Yeah.
Like those little Airstream things,
Yeah.
but they were decked out.
Yeah.
Totally decked out.
Yeah, and they were like nice. And they weren't obviously mobile. They were stationary. They didn't have wheels on the bottom. But anyways, so they're both like nicotine pouch brands.
They had Zen and On.
Yeah.
Exclamation point.
And we were over there a couple times, 1 to get me a cocktail and 2 to get me some cotton candy, which they didn't end up having, which I'm mad about, but
Bullshit.
whatever.
We waited in line for like 25 minutes for cotton candy, and then we get to the front of the line and
They're like, we don't have any more cotton candy.
we ain't got no more cotton
And it's
candy.
like, well, then take your sign down, you hoe.
Or make a sign that says no cotton candy.
Yeah, out.
Out of cotton candy.
How hard is it to literally write out on a
But
sheet
we do
of
have
paper?
overpriced cinnamon popcorn.
Right. Not worth it.
$10.
Whatever. Anyways. So, Grant, like, multiple times I'm like, oh, do you want to go into one of those little tents and like see what's going on in there? In the little trailers, I mean. Sorry, not tents.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, it's fine. No,
Yeah.
I don't have to go. No, it's fine. And then I was like, let's just go. Because I saw the one had a sign and it was like $1. I'm like, let's see what this $1 sign is all about. And so I convinced Grant to go in there. And Grant, aren't you glad that we did?
Yeah. I don't need to buy nicotine pouches for a while.
How long do you think that'll last you?
A while. Because these are fucking strong.
The ones that, the 4 milligrams or the 8?
The 8 and the 4. I mean, they're both good. They're good nicotine pouches, but they are like a dabble do ya sort of thing. But yeah, we go in there and they're like, do you guys want to go in together? And I'm like, can we? I thought there were rules. I thought they were like hard and fast. I was really,
like, there's no rules.
I was just scared. I got scared at the nicotine place. I was like, what do we do? And then that guy, then we went in and the guy was, what was his name? Here,
I don't know.
he definitely had the vibe of they found me in an encampment and gave me this shirt and now I'm selling nicotine pouches at festivals. Did you get that vibe?
Maybe.
He had, if Walton Goggins from White Lotus let himself go, it would have been that guy. He had a similar, yeah, man, what's up? And he's like, we got to take a little quiz first.
Yeah.
The quiz was crazy. Touchscreen TV.
It was like, would you rather read a book or
Watch a movie. I almost answered all the opposite of what you, so just to see you spaz out. I was going to be like, oh, of course, read a book. I don't like movies.
like, you don't fucking read.
He can't read. Don't give him any nicotine.
Like the girl that I watched the video on graduated high school and she was completely illiterate.
Yeah.
Could not read. I guess she could write it, but she couldn't read it at all. So she would literally have to use Google Translate to do all of her stuff.
What's funny is we saw Iration, right? Iration was the last band we saw.
Yeah.
And they played Time Bomb early. but all week I've just had the line stuck in my head. And then your friend got dropped in the pool. I've just been walking around saying that. And then your friend got thrown in the pool. If you guys don't know that song, it's called Falling by Iration.
Because I'm falling.
But the lyrics at first, you're like, wow, this is not a good song. But then it's such a good song. We met at a concert. She was wearing Converse. Then your friend got dropped in the pool. I think there's another part in between that.
There's something about playing it cool.
Oh, yeah. I'm not good at playing it cool. The cool is what rhymes with pool. Did you know cool rhymes with pool? He kind of gave me Somewhere Over the Rainbow vibes.
Oh, yeah. Totally.
With he had a guitar on that was a full-size guitar.
I could see him being at that music festival.
Yeah, he would have been good.
Like,
if he were still alive.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace,
But
King.
yeah, like I could see like somebody. I bet you they probably did like earlier in the day. Maybe have some people like more just like super chill.
Well, they had like weird rap groups. Like they had Cypress Hill as a headliner.
Yeah.
Which I mean, I guess.
Well, did you see? I don't know if you saw it, but on the night that we were there, which is not the night that Cypress Hill was there, but one of the guys like at the concert festival, he was wearing a sweatshirt, a Cypress Hill sweatshirt, and on the back of it, it had like a giant weed leaf, and it was like, we legalized it.
Yeah. Cypress Hill did do a big part.
So I guess that's why.
Have you ever heard of B Real's podcast? You know, B Real's the guy who's like the one with the voice that sounds like this when he raps in Cypress Hill.
Okay.
And he has a show called Hotboxing, where they have like 4 GoPros in his car, and they have microphones, and then they just smoke weed in his car, in his garage.
Nice.
And like when I say smoke weed, I mean like an amount of weed that would kill a regular person, just a mere civilian like you and I. You know?
But we smoke weed.
We do smoke weed.
It would still kill us?
It's a lot of weed. Speaking of weed, the Mint dispensary, I know they're doing a drop for you and I. And so I should promote on 420. They have a big 420 sale and Easter giveaway, and they're hooking me up with a bunch of weed, I think.
Hopefully. Fingers crossed.
Hopefully. Yeah, what did I want to tell you? We climbed a hill. You and I. We climbed the great mushroom hill that we conquered it together.
Yeah.
That was nice.
It was nice.
Nice moment. It's weird to see suburbs.
What do you mean?
I don't know. It's just weird to me. Because, like, when you think about climbing that hill 50 years ago, what would that have looked like versus now? Can you imagine that? Like, no highway, no neighborhoods. It's just, like, valley.
Yeah.
That would have been fucking cool to see.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that hill is very treacherous and scary. Falcon Hill.
Oh, my God.
If you guys ever see me out walking in Mesa and you're driving your car and you see me with headphones on and sunglasses, do not stop and talk to me. Whatever you do. Because it will be weird as fuck. And I'll be like, is this real life?
Oh, my God. You probably would.
By the way, I'm going to say this on the free episode. I was a guardian angel to a young lady yesterday. And I'm very proud of myself. I saw an old man. I was going to get water, fill up a 5-gallon water jug, which is like close to our apartment. I walk there, and then I get a cart, and I push it back. And I leave the cart because I'm walking back, and I'm pushing this cart, and I see this old guy in front of Goodwill, like in the bushes. And he's like kind of dirty Southwestern old man. You know, that sunburn for 50 years type look.
Yeah.
Leathery skin.
I think he just spent a lot of time in the sun.
Yeah, and he's looking down, and he's looking at something, and he's being like kind of weird and creepy about it, hiding in the bush. And then I change my focus, and I try and figure out what he's looking at. And it's like a 16-year-old girl walking into Goodwill. 16, 17 years old. And
what if she was really like 35?
I mean, either way, it's still creepy. So he's just oogling and ogling this girl, and I see him, and then he sees me, and he gives me the, like, can you believe this? Look.
Like, can you believe how hot she
Yeah.
is sort of thing?
And
Or
I just
like,
go, you're a fucking creep. And then he like had this confused look on his face. And then I stood probably about as far away as he was to the girl. And I just was mean mugging him, staring at him, letting him know I was watching him. And then he got on his motorcycle and left.
Good for you.
So I think I'm going to get a beret and some suspenders and start patrolling
Do you...
until I get my ass beat.
I just have to ask, though.
Yeah.
Was she hot?
Listen, I have no idea. I couldn't tell. Yeah, dude, it was like this really cool moment where I was like, damn, dude, my moral and ethic compass is very like locked in. I'm just trying to keep the neighborhood safe. So anyway, yeah, I followed her into Goodwill to, make sure, and then I followed her home to make sure she got home okay.
Just to make sure that guy wasn't like
Yeah,
waiting
dude,
in
I
a
followed her
driveway
home
for
and then
her.
like spent a couple hours outside of her house with my
I
camera.
thought you were gonna say some time inside with her.
I did. Well, I had to steal her keys so I could get a copy of her key so I could make sure she was safe.
Grant, you can't be talking like that. We're married.
Well, I mean, I'm doing right by the neighborhood, okay?
Grant.
What else? Oh, I saw cops confront a guy. That was pretty scary.
Yeah, so just tell the story.
Okay, so I was hungry.
I forgot.
I had the day off, so I go to Jack in the Box, guys. I get the ultimate breakfast sandwich combo, which, if you haven't, I had the ultimate breakfast sandwich at Jack in the Box. It's the big fucking heat, dude. It's ham, it's egg. It's on a hamburger bun, which is a nice touch for a breakfast sandwich, I think.
I like the what's the one that comes on the croissant? Okay.
Sausage sandwich, something.
Bye.
What, Kate?
I said I like the one that comes on a croissant, and you're like the sausage sandwich.
You know
I
what?
didn't say anything about a sausage.
I was at the thing about to order, and there's a sweet little gay man that works there, and he's always excited to see me anytime I go to Jack in the Box, and he's always happy to help, and he's always like, "Have you been helped, sweetie?" And I said, "Sweetie."
Does
no.
he really call you sweetie?
No, that's what I just want. But you can tell he's had some lip work done.
Okay.
He's got very plump lips. Not natural. He's definitely on PEDs for sure. He's got some performance enhancement. But I was looking at the menu, and I realized their one breakfast sandwich is just 2 bun bottoms. But it looks like one of those melt sandwiches, but it's literally just 2 bottoms of buns.
Are you sure it's not bread?
No, it's just literally
circular
it's just
bread?
2 bottoms because it doesn't have the cool like rounded top,
Interesting.
flat top. So anyway, that's Jack in the Box. So I
We're
leave.
just giving you the
We're just giving you the lay of the land.
The buns.
So I leave Jack in the Box, and I see all these police cars out in front of Jack in the Box, and I'm like, "Oh shit, what's going on? Am I being detained? It's officer? Am I being detained?" I just yelled that across the street. They didn't hear me.
And they just went about their
They
business.
just went about their day. Officer, am I being detained? Am I being detained? Do I have to give you my ID?
It'd be so fucking ridiculous.
But anyway, so I walk out in front of Jack in the Box to see what's going on, and I see the nice gay guy literally leaning out of the drive-thru window, just like watching. And then I look, and there's a guy with his hands up, and then there's like 7 cops just pointing their guns at him behind like the doors. They're like, "Get down on the ground!" I hear that through the loudspeaker, and the guy just lays down. I was like, "Am I about to see somebody get fucking murdered?" I didn't.
So was that guy like just in his car on foot?
He was on foot. He was just standing on the sidewalk. I don't know if it was a homeless guy.
That's really weird.
Yeah,
or do you
man.
think he like got into a situation and then like tried to run away or something, and then they found him and they're just like,
He was like, "Officer, I was just
down, bitch."
Officer, I was just following her home to make sure she got there okay."
Just waiting outside the Goodwill
I'm
for
just
the
waiting
hotties
outside
to
the
show up.
The hotties outside the Goodwill. I almost bought a jacket at Goodwill recently. Every once in a while, I like to just go in there and peruse.
Yeah.
And I found
I shouldn't say yeah because I don't like the way it smells in there.
Yeah. Here's the rule of thumb. You can find a lot of cool jackets and T-shirts at Goodwill, but the first thing you have to do is hot water wash.
I don't know.
Like hot water wash.
Goodwill, like, okay, Buffalo Exchange, I feel like that's one thing. But Goodwill is like a whole other level, and I'm like, I feel like I'm just scared of their clothes.
Would
like,
you ever
truly
use
scared.
like Depop?
What is that?
Depop is where you can buy people's clothes, like high-end clothes.
Yeah,
It's
or
like
like
self-selling.
they also have Haute Look. I think they sell like used like designer handbags and shit like that. Like I would get like something like that.
You know what's funny is there's a podcast I listen to. I won't say its name. It's two ladies. You know what I'm talking about. Two Russian ladies.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So I follow the one or both of them on Instagram, and every once in a while I see like shit. Occasionally I'll see like a pair. She'll just post a picture of like pants, and I'll just have a Depop link. The other day she had a cool T-shirt on there. I was like, I should buy that for Caitlin, because I was like, how cool would that be if I just bought you a T-shirt? And I'm like, it's from a lady podcast, and she actually wore it.
And I'd be like, do you want me to be her, Grant?
No,
but that'd be cool.
Yeah, I was like, oh, because it was like some vintage rock T-shirt, and it was like $25, and I was like, I could do that. It's cheaper than their store merch.
That's funny.
I was like, that'd be cool. Like if you got me a T-shirt of somebody I liked, I guess that's what it would be though. I'd want to get a T-shirt owned by someone that you appreciate versus someone I appreciate.
If you got it for me, I'd appreciate it because you don't get me any clothes.
Guys shouldn't get girls' clothes.
I shouldn't say any clothes. You got me a jacket.
I'm going to tell you, we have to switch over to the premium now. I got you shoes. I got you all kinds of clothes.
No, but like I'm talking about clothing.
Right.
Apparel.
Yeah.
Shoes are not apparel.
I'm going to tell a story at the beginning of the premium episode about a clothing mishap that has defined why I don't buy you clothing.
Okay.
What? Yeah.
I don't even think I know what this is.
No, you don't. It's because it's not it's not a me story, but it happened. You know when stuff happens when you're a teenager and it's like formative, and you're like all right, I'm going to put that in the library of things I need to remember. It's one of those things.
Okay.
And it involves my sister. And it's very, very funny. It's crazy. So anyway, I shouldn't say crazy. It's not crazy. It's a story about clothes. It's a story about buying clothes. www.terribleperson.co. Go there, sign up for the premium episodes, or find us on Patreon, wherever. Also check on Wednesdays for the unlocked premium episodes. People like it. People like it, babe.
Yeah, and you don't even have to do anything to unlock them.
Yeah, you don't.
Like.
Yeah, but seriously, sign up. We're just trying to give you a taste of what the premium is like. I'm sure at some point I'm going to put up an episode with something I forgot was in it that was only for premium, and then I'm going to be like, ooh.
Whoops.
Ooh. But, you know, we got a lot to learn. We're going to the Podcast Academy isn't until the 26th, Kate.
Oh, I'm
so we
excited.
still have time to
I'm literally counting down the days.
T-minus 15 or 17 days to the Podcast Academy. Kate and I are going to learn.
Wait, what day was it on?
26th. So that's 17 days, right?
Yeah.
No.
Sick.
So that's being good at math. Kate, what's 8 times 7?
56.
Dang, what's 7 times 6?
42.
Nice. Just a little math quiz. You know, there's a study that came out that if you have problems going pee at like a urinal, they say the best thing to do to start peeing, because that's the thing. You stand up, you get there, you unzip, you pull it out, and then you wait. You have to wait because there's people around you. It's like a weird thing, but you don't just go. Most people don't just start right away. Like it's not just like a 1-to-1, pull it out and start peeing. And there's a study that came out that said if you're at a urinal and you think you're going to have a hard time peeing, just start doing multiplication problems. And so I've adapted this into my life. I said, you know what? I'm going to try this out. So now when I go to the urinal, I just start going 4 times 3, 16. 5 times 4, 25. I just started hitting the math. I started doing the serious math.
So you're doing incorrect times tables in your mind.
It is funny because I wonder if you just did it, if you did do wrong math, if it still worked correctly.
I just had to check my math just to make sure I gave
You were
the
right.
right answers. I know I was right.
Yeah,
but
babe.
I don't know why I doubted myself.
Doubt is a big problem in life, Kate.
It is.
We can get into that in the premium episode. I feel like that might be.
Aren't we already there?
No, babe, we got to switch over.
Oh my god.
Did you see the Kardashians did a crumble cookie collaboration?
I did not.
Yeah. The boxes this week are skin color. It's 1 week only.
Really?
Yeah, and they look like Kyle and Peyton got some. They got all of them.
Uh-huh.
Each Kardashian has their own cookie.
Okay.
And there's a gluten-free one for Kourtney. Gluten-free chocolate. Chloe's got some bullshit. Jenner was a stacked. It was 2 cookies. Chris? Is that her name? Yeah. She had a cake cookie that was 2 cookies stacked on top of each other with frosting in between and on top.
Oh my god.
And it just melted and slid off the thing. It looked like shit. And I was like, well, that actually is appropriate since Kris Jenner looks like she's melting.
Wait, I want to look up these cookies.
Yeah, see if you can find them. They have interesting flavors. Actually,
Crumble Kardashian cookies.
yeah. Let's see if you know what? Let's see if we can get a review from someone who actually had the cookies and see if they're worth getting, because I think they have them through the week, right?
I have a Crumble gift card. I'd be down to get
How much
these.
is your Crumble gift card for?
$25.
That's not going to cover it. Hello?
Hello.
Hi, Kyle. It's Grant and Kate. Sorry to bother you.
Hi.
Oh, guys, sorry we missed your call. It's just, it's bedtime.
I know.
Here and
It's an ungodly hour. I'm sorry to bother you. I feel bad, but I called you and Peyton just to clear something up.
oh, okay, yeah. What?
We were talking about the Crumble Cookie Kardashian collab. Crumble Cookie Kardashian collab. Classic.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, get it out, Grant.
So, Kate has a $25 gift card to Crumble Cookies. Is it worth $25 to go get the box of Kardashian-themed cookies?
Okay, I haven't had crumble cookies in a little while. And so
5 years.
Addie says in 5 years. Which is so long time. There hasn't been a week recently where I've gone, I need these cookies. And this week was it for me.
Who was your
So
favorite?
I would say, especially if you have a gift card, this is the week to do it.
Okay. Do you have to pre-order probably? Is that the way to do it?
Well, I don't think you have to pre-order. I mean, I usually order on the app anyways. The only thing is when I ordered, some of them weren't available.
Ooh.
So I don't know. I would want to try all of them if I were you, but
You save some for me.
we already ate them. We left them at work. So
Your mom did you dirty, Addison.
kids are mad. I mean, they're not happy with me.
Well,
Look what you started.
I thought the least appetizing cookie was the Kris Jenner. That one looked disgusting.
Okay. That's why I was not excited about that one, but it did surprise me a little bit. I did think it was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. I don't think it was it wasn't one of my top ones by far, but it was surprisingly moist cake and really great cake to frosting ratio.
I see.
And the chocolate frosting was, really good flavor.
Yeah, I want to try the cakes there. I haven't had any of those yet.
Yeah, that one, it was surprising. I did not like the flourless cake though.
Was that Kourtney's?
Yeah.
It looks kind of gross.
Why does Kourtney have to be so difficult, Kyle?
I know. It's so funny. Addie, do you want to do your Kourtney Kardashian impression? It's not organic. She's being shy.
It's fine.
She's like, are these cookies organic?
Ugh.
That's not how I do it.
Oh, well, you didn't do it, so I had to impersonate you impersonating Kourtney Kardashian.
Not accurate.
Oh, okay.
Accurate.
You want to correct me?
Well, Kyle. So, sorry to bother you before bedtime. I didn't even think.
No bother at all. No bother at all. I will say that the cookie dough one was surprisingly delectable, but I do think that your bites have to be. Oh, that's Kourtney Kardashian.
Wait, so what was your number one?
Okay, so I think my number one was the Kim cookie. It was the cookie that has the snickerdoodle crumble on top.
Oh, okay.
And that one was delicious because I love a good crumb cake and I love a
see.
snickerdoodle cookie. And that's like meshing the two together. But also, yes, you can go play baseball. I was going to say the cookie dough one, I didn't enjoy the bite as much without the cookie dough in it.
Oh, okay. Because it was just some regular crumble
But
cookie
the
stuff.
cookie dough with it, made it one of my faves.
I see.
And surprisingly, the Oreo one, I thought the Oreo one was really good because it was like I told Peyton, I was like, it's like, you know how good the Oreo gets when it's been sitting in milk for a little while?
Oh, yeah.
To me, it tastes like that without having to soak it in the milk.
Ooh, that's cool.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Look at that
Those
hot
are
take.
my top ones. And the pink sugar cookie was Kylie Jenner's, and that's just a classic crumble flavor. It's always pretty solid.
But you said something interesting today. You said that they didn't pick the cookies, right? They just were assigned the cookies.
Well, yeah, because Kim on her stories was like, she opened a box and she's like, okay, let's try to pick which one's which of us. And I was like, didn't you pick the cookies?
That's
Yeah,
weird.
like didn't you have a say in the flavors?
Right. Is it not really a true collab if Kim Kardashian herself didn't pick the crumble snickerdoodle? I don't think so. And she got it wrong because I think she thought that her cookie was her mom's or something like that. But she definitely didn't.
I'm excited for next week's crumble collab.
What?
I know. I wonder who else would we like to see as a crumble collab?
Kanye West.
Oh, okay. Well, sure, I guess. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what the flavors would be. Like Kanye would be like. Okay, yeah. He's singing Kanye right now. No, I'm not. What's a flavor that begins with the letter S? Oh,
S.
it would be like the swastika strawberry cookie.
Or, you know what?
That
That
would be Kanye.
actually, they could do Kanye's crumble cookies collab in 3K. That's 4Ks. So I guess that doesn't really work out. Yeah, Addison liked that one. What's up, Addison? Woo! Well, hey, Kyle, I don't want to keep you. I'm so sorry to bother you, but your insights were very helpful.
Yes, we're gonna
Okay,
order
I'm
crumble
sorry.
now.
Yeah.
You
It's
should definitely,
decided.
I recommend, that was the long answer to yes. I think you would be well worth your crumble cookie gift card.
Hell yeah, Kyle. Well, I hope you have a wonderful evening, and thank you.
You too, and sorry about the chaos. There's
No, it's fine.
happening here. We're brushing hair. We just got out of baths and showers. So.
Dang.
Dang. This is your future, you guys. This is your future. When those babies coming.
I
when
mean-
them babies coming.
We're basically already parents. We relate to you because we have cats, Kyle.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
great.
well-
It's basically having a
Was
cat
it-
and having a child is
Was
the
it kitty
same.
bath time? Kitty bath time?
That would be the worst.
Yeah, it's gonna be sad when Awesome goes to college in Hawaii, though. I'm not looking forward to that.
So you're
Well,
gonna have your empty nest syndrome.
yeah, it's gonna be tough. But well, Kyle, thank you so much. I hope you have a
right,
great
you're
night,
welcome.
and I'll see you
You
bright and
too.
early tomorrow morning.
Yes, you will. All right. Bye, Kate. Bye, Grandma.
Bye.
All right, bye, Kyle. Bye, Addison.
Say bye.
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 All right. So everybody, www.terribleperson.co or Patreon, find Terrible Person there. Thank you, everyone, for listening. We'll see you next week.
Bye.